We've got some big news as New York Rangers have cut 6 more players, as well as we've got some stuff to talk about with Alexis Lafreniere, as obviously a lot of people are kind of concerned with how he's been playing so far in the preseason. Currently, he has 0 points, in 2 games played so far against the Bruins and the Devils, and a lot of people are concerned with him, but we'll take a look at that as well later in this video. But starting off here, taking a look at the 6 cuts, though, Elliot Friedman tweets out, today's list is Middleton and Smallman of Colorado, Witherspoon of New Jersey, and then of the Rangers, Belzile, Blid, Ellison, Emberson, Mackey, and Nash. And it seems like all those guys are probably going to be AHLers with the Hartford Wolfpack this year, as long as they get sent down and clear waivers. A team could claim one of these guys. Emberson, still kind of young, definitely could be claimed, but I'm sure they'll probably all end up, falling down. But Nash and Belzile are 2, pretty solid kind of veteran guys at this point, so they could be some pretty good AHLers to have down there in Hartford to help, just be good veteran leadership for the young guys, as well as Blid as well. He's a pretty solid player, definitely showed an edge in the preseason game yesterday as well against New Jersey. But I think Emberson, still pretty solid. He's kind of in his mid-20s now, so not really a prospect, you could say, anymore, but he's kind of a solid prospect, you could say, and he's still, maybe got a bit of potential. I don't think he's going to be like a top 4 D-man by any means, but maybe he can be kind of like a 7th D-man, solid call-up kind of guy. That's definitely possible, but I do think that, overall, all these guys are probably going to fall down. Riley Nash, though, probably the best one of the group. He could have, like a point per game kind of guy in the AHL this year. So definitely could be a big help for the Hartford Wolfpack team, who, maybe can really do something big this year. I think they have a really good team, especially adding in Offman and some other good prospects. I think they could have a very good team down there in the AHL this year. But overall, like I said, all 6 of these guys are probably going to fall down. So don't be worried if you're going to lose any of them, but it's not a big deal if we really do. None of them are game-breaking players at this point. There's some really solid depth AHL guys. Maybe a couple of them do get call-ups here and there as well, like Belzile or Nash. I think definitely could. On the defense side of things, though, does Emberson get a chance at the Rangers this year? Maybe he's really impressive, but other than that, I doubt any of these guys really see NHL time. Maybe Mackey does. That's possible. He did play a bit with the Flames in the past as well. But anyways, though, moving on to Alexis Lafreniere. I know a lot of people are worried, about what's going on with him, but I do think that there's still reason to have hope for him, obviously. I mean, I know he hasn't played the best in preseason so far, and you'd obviously like to see a lot more out of him, but, I mean, let's be honest here. Adam Fox, he's played not great. Kreider has that one nice goal, but other than that, hasn't been too impactful. Zib, same thing. Panarin, same thing. Like, these guys are obviously, I mean, I'm not comparing Lafreniere to those guys because they're already, seasoned players who have played a lot of games in the NHL. I mean, Fox, not a crazy amount more than Lafreniere, but he still played more. He's obviously a much better player. But what I'm trying to say is, it is still preseason. We've played 3 preseason games so far. Don't be too worried right now. Now, obviously, once we get to the regular season, if we're 5 games in and Lafreniere has like 1 assist and it was a secondary assist and he's not playing good hockey, he's been the defensive liability, then yes, you can get mad and be worried and stuff. But I think for right now, there's really no reason to be too worried about this right now. I think Lafreniere obviously still has a chance to be a very good player. I'm not saying he's going to be like that 190-point guy that we kind of expected, but I honestly do think that there's still a 60, 70, maybe even 80-point guy there in Lafreniere while playing, an alright two-way game. I'm not saying he's a lockdown two-way PK kind of guy, but maybe he can be a at least average defensive player, if not maybe a bit above that. And I think overall, though, his game is solid. I mean, at least he's got that edge to him. He can be a bit, scrappy, got some grit to him a bit. Definitely can lay the body here and there as well. But overall, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried as of yet. But like I said, once we get to the regular season here, if he's not getting the job done, and especially if he's got like 1 point in like 5 or whatever games, and he's playing in the top 6, maybe, he's not going to be in the top 6 anymore. He's going to be on that third line, and maybe Kakko gets a shot. Or maybe he does start on the third line if, Laviolette doesn't find what he wants out of him. But I do think that Laviolette does kind of like Lafreniere. So right now, I'm still probably guessing he's going to be in the top 6. It's not 100%, definitely not. But I do think that there's a decent chance that he still is in the top 6. And maybe we do see Wheeler on that third line. That's a possibility. I kind of thought that Wheeler would be in the top 6. I thought Lafreniere and Wheeler would be the 2 top right wingers, with Kakko as the number 3 on that third line. But right now, I mean, Kakko has been playing quite fantastic. So I do think that there is a decent chance that we could see Kakko and Lafreniere as the two top 6 right wingers, and then Wheeler on that third line with maybe like Trocheck and VC or something like that. That's a possibility. I think that could be a very good third line as well. I kind of wanted to see Wheeler in the top 6 get the most out of him, because I still think he can be a point per game kind of guy. I think he's still that good. Even as he's getting older, he's still a great player, I think, so that could be good. But having him on the third line with Trocheck and VC, or whatever it is, I think could be a very good line as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But right now, don't be too worried about Lafreniere. I know it's preseason, but he's not dominating like you want to see out of him. But I do think that there's a lot of other players who aren't playing that great right now in the preseason so far. So just wait. But once we get to regular season here, if he's still playing bad, then yes, 100% you can worry. And but for right now, just hold your horses. And once we see the regular season and how he's playing, then we can make our final decision on Lafreniere. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for daily New York Rangers content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya.